Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Alright. In
Five, four, three, two.
So, Ivan, we're back talking about Nostalgia Critic again.
Yeah, it's been about a week.
It's been about longer than that, actually, 2 weeks.
Oh, Jesus.
I've been reading some of the comments before we start our further discussion on The Wall, which we watched.
Yes.
We actually watched it this time.
Yes. We got a lot of stuff to say about it.
Yeah, and one of my favorite comments I saw was the most recent one. It said, "Two people who read the Wikipedia article for The Wall had a better understanding of the movie than Doug Walker did."
Yeah, that's probably my favorite comment out of all of these.
Yeah,
a really good
that
comment.
one's really good. Let's talk about The Wall in this sequel to a YouTube video.
Alrighty.
Energy's up. I forgot I was gonna get a beer for comedic effect, but too late.
It's whatever.
So yeah, we watched The Wall.
Yes, we did.
Cut to footage of us watching The Wall. So what did you think, Ivan?
It was very interesting. It's a very interesting movie.
Yeah, it's
I've seen a few other YouTubers like describe it as like a rock opera, and then that's basically what I expected.
yeah, it's definitely a rock opera. Yeah, it's a rock opera because it's rock and basically an opera. So
Yeah, I remember we were like discussing a little before how you viewed this movie more as a music video
yeah,
than like a movie, like with a 3-act structure, really.
yeah, it's a little more than that. After I watched it, but more or less, yeah, that's kind of what it is. You're there for Pink Floyd more than you're there for the movie. It's hard to really pinpoint exactly what it's about. It's more or less about, from what I read about it, it's more or less about Syd Barrett, or Syd Barrett used to be in Pink Floyd, and then he left, and most of the situations in the movie are kind of based on that. Like when Pink shaves his eyebrows, right?
Yeah.
Well, he does that in like a drug-induced, rage, and so did Syd Barrett.
Not that bloody, like Syd Barrett.
Yeah.
He nicked his fucking eyebrows, his hair, his chest hair, all that. He
Yeah.
went that crazy with it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Syd Barrett actually shaved his head, but what's it called? The actor didn't want to shave his head, so he shaved his eyebrows.
Gotcha.
But it was intense because of the, what's it called? He did really cut himself when he was, when he was doing that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it made it for a good scene.
It was a really good scene. Had my fucking skin crawling, dude. I hate that shit. Like anything like that with like eyes or just hair in general, creeps me out a little.
Yeah, it's it's pretty weird. There's a lot of like bizarre imagery, like when they're doing Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. There's the whole thing of the kids just like on a conveyor belt falling into a meat grinder. I love that. It's such like interesting imagery. Like They're really hammering in the point.
They're being metaphorically thrown into the grinder or whatever.
Exactly. I have a couple notes here, so I can... there's some I left out. Yeah, from what I mostly saw is that it's a very well put together, you know, like, it's shot very well. All the shots are done very nicely. All the sets are really good.
The animation is fucking top notch, at least in my opinion.
The animation is what terrified me the most, you know?
Really? Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's the point, though. It's meant to look weird like that.
Yeah, it's meant to be like that. I love that kind of thing, you know,
like it's supposed to be juxtaposed to, like, I don't know, live action.
Yeah, it's sort of like
that's the point of it.
Yeah, it's sort of like Heavy Metal. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen Heavy Metal
sort
bunch
of
times, but then again, Heavy Metal, it was just full animation.
Yeah, it was full animation, but like the animation in the wall kind of reminded me of Heavy Metal.
Well, the main thing I wanted to talk about was some of the scenes that Doug Walker picked out in his review and like recreated.
I wanted to.
Like, he completely missed the fucking meaning of those.
He completely missed it.
Like the scene that comes to mind for me is when Pink is in the pool, and he's like bleeding, and he's like, you know, in the Christ crucifix pose. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but he's like T-posing in the water. Yeah. And there's like blood coming out, and Doug took it as, "Oh, I'm Jesus, I'm Jesus." Like, no,
that's not it. You fucking idiot. Like, I'll make up this point right now. I wanted to talk a lot about the wall, but like I don't know what else to say. It's what's it called? I could look into the lyrics, because I have all these lyrics written about, you know, like there's but it is more or less about it's more or less about Roger Waters or Syd Barrett and like some of their struggles of just, like, you know, figuring out who they are. And that's not a bad thing. But to Doug, though, that's terrible. That's fucking... you can't do something about yourself. What are you doing? I'm looking at the camera right now because that's what Doug Walker does.
Like, I know we're, like, shitting on Doug Walker so much, but it's like... At this point, I don't know, man. It feels like he kind of deserves it in a way.
Right.
But then again, god damn it.
Let me take a look at some of the comments again, because they've a lot of the people that have been commenting on my video. Thank you, by the way, for commenting on my videos. I've gotten quite a bit, and I've been talking to a lot of people. Right here, Sai says, I wonder if Doug thinks everyone has heard of The Wall, because most people in their late 30s and 40s have. Is he so out of touch that his teen and 20-something audience is even aware of it? Yeah, that's the thing. That's something I really thought of, because I'm 21, right? And I grew up watching, you know, Doug Walker, right? I have heard of The Wall, but I've never even knew that there was a movie. And that kind of says something about what Doug is trying to say, you know? And, Doug actually got, like, I respect Doug for, you know, getting me into some movies that I've never even, like, heard about when I was younger, you know? And it really got me into cinema, you know? But it helped me, like, you know, branch out, you know, find what I like, and, you know, stuff like that.
And a thing I want to say is that I'm not going to blame Doug Walker for this. I'm more blaming myself for taking from it, but I took a lot of, like, dumb phrases from Doug Walker. Like, I was frozen today.
Yeah,
I remember one time I shouted it when, like, a lot of people were, like, getting loud. And, it did nothing to help. At all.
I have responded to people by turning around and saying, "Of course."
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Yeah, like what's it called? I was young though, you know, like we were young. We were like in like at least high school.
Like 10, like 11, 12.
Yeah, like I was
You
at
know.
I think I was 13 when I started watching it.
15.
I was 13, so it was prime starting to get really like what's it called? Gonna have just a cringe fest of a teenage year, you know? I don't know. Mostly his top 10 stuff, like top 11, sorry, because he likes to go one step beyond.
Another thing I want to say is
Yeah.
that like the product. Well, I mean, it's obvious the production value you compare with a YouTube video to like a feature film. Like you know, there's obviously going to be some major budget differences, but it's like, god damn, some like looking back, looking at the wall, like the fucking black bird. You know that big black bird that turns into a fucking plane
Yeah.
in the wall?
Yeah.
Like I remember watching that after watching Doug Walker's, and I'm like, that's what that's supposed to be? That's what that ego bird is supposed to be?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
yeah, like it's
And on top of that, it's like, what is the little like fucking pink doll thing doing in that scene, Doug? Like that's meant to I forgot what it's meant to represent. I know it's meant to represent like someone getting toyed around or something like that, or I don't know, like someone's innocence being tampered with, something like that. That's how I interpret it. Harking back to the video, to the video, the animated characters, they need to be developed more. It's like that. No.
They
Like,
don't
what?
need to be developed more because they're just supposed to be a representation of something.
Yeah, like they're supposed to be a representation of, I don't know, like
They're-
the fucking
They're not like
like
they're not like characters is the thing. They're just representations of things, or you know, just imagery.
the judge with like the big fucking legs.
Yeah,
That,
like
that says that says defecate.
yeah, it's literally
Tear down the wall. Pink is meant to be, in my opinion, the one that's develops. The focus is on, at least what I feel. The focus is on Pink, really, in the film.
yeah, definitely.
And like the shit that happens to him, what he does to himself, what that all turns into, and the demolishing the fucking wall.
Right. He
You-
sees himself at one point. He sees himself as a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, basically.
So like, and when I think of that, I always think of how Doug basically said how he thinks of what's it called? He thinks of himself as Jesus. No, he doesn't. Like, it's what I took that as is Pink Floyd got pretty famous at some point when The Wall came out. You know what I mean? Like they rose to that, and that's kind of how them as artists are thinking of. Well, we have so much influence on people at this point. You know, like they have.
Yeah, we can just almost do whatever.
Yeah, like and that's hard to think of, you know what I mean? Like if you have so much influence on somebody, that's a lot on your head, you know what I mean? Like if let's say that one of our videos got super popular. I mean, like my last video, like our Nostalgia Critic video got
like 1 million.
got almost 8,000 views.
Or, like,
Let's say like
500,000,
I made
like-
one that made like at least like 2 million,
Yeah.
and that people are wondering what's John gonna do next. That's gonna be a lot on my head. Or if Cuckboy Ive makes an amazing new video, and everyone's just like, "What's he doing?"
Crazy ass edit.
Yeah, like crazy ass edit, or like some kind of video, and everyone's just like, "What's he gonna do next?" And they're just sitting there waiting. That's gonna get to your head. Like they just keep saying like, "Wow, this is a great channel." That's gonna immediately go to your head, you know. And then
Yeah.
over time, as you keep going, it's just gonna weigh you down, you know? Like, that's happened to...
Yeah, it's gonna weigh you down. You're gonna get burnt out.
That's happened
You're
to...
just gonna get tired.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of... That happens to a lot of YouTubers. I don't really watch him much anymore, but Markiplier, him being an influencer really got to him, you know what I mean? Like, he's posted so many videos of himself just crying because of all the stress. Like, listen, you're laughing. No, you're laughing, but like you can see it. Like the dude's just really taking this shit seriously. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand, but it's like
Mark, are you thinking about the jokes? It's like Markiplier cries on camera. The iDubbbz.
That and the fact that it's like it's so routine for him to do it. Like it's funny because it's true.
Yeah. So let me just take a look at what Doug has said. So this is what he was doing for his, fake ass fucking
his version.
Another brick in the wall.
Yeah.
We need more victimization. We need more stuff to rebel. The war education system's broke. This is pandering like hell. Who cares? All this bitching sells.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna make this point. Doug Walker was born in 1971. Roger Waters was born in 1949. I think I made this... Did I make this point in the last video?
No. I'm not sure if you did or not.
I'm not sure if I did, but like this... I'm really trying not to repeat myself here, but like... It's... What do you mean, victimization? Like, I don't know what you want here, dog. Like, you didn't grow up in that time, so God forbid somebody sings about something that they experienced, and you're just like, oh my God, are you seriously bitching about how shitty that life was when you were younger? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, so one thing, I did some research on Doug. Doug had some, had a weird childhood. His parents were in the military. He was born in fucking Italy, like, because his parents just kept moving around and around and around, right? So he didn't really have like a home, like he didn't really have like a.
So he moved. So you're saying he moved around a lot?
He moved around a lot. So imagine he made like a video or a song or something about that, and that was just like, oh my God, this is so pandering, like. Dude, like, how the fuck would you feel about that, huh? I'm not saying you're gonna hurt Roger Waters' feelings, because he probably doesn't give a shit. He probably saw this and he was like, oh, okay. And then just, that's it. And
I don't think Roger Waters really cares. I think he
doesn't care. That's what I'm trying to say. He just doesn't fucking care, right? But, like, if that happened to Doug would take it so fucking seriously.
Well, of course, yeah. I should probably say this, too. But don't worry, we will have other videos that won't talk about Doug Walker, because we're talking about him a lot.
I felt like I'm not gonna do a lot about Doug Walker, but like I feel like I needed to do a follow-up because we haven't seen The Wall, and we were just like, okay, well, let's just do a video, right? Because we only knew Doug, right? But we never actually seen The Wall ourselves, so
yeah,
there was not much we could talk about.
But yeah, we're gonna do other stuff. We're gonna talk about other things. I just want to make that perfectly clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm looking at his fucking channel, and like, there's an audience screening for his review of It Chapter 2. Mm-hmm. Like, what?
There's so much he's wrong about. Like, he says stuff like, bring the runtime down, and no.
It's only an hour. It's like an hour and 36 minutes long. It's not that long.
And the album is an hour and 20 minutes. So no, he doesn't need to bring the fucking runtime down. Like, God forbid that extra 10 minutes,
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. Fucking my bad.
I do want to talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to our reaction to The Wall.
Uh-huh.
Is that we both fell asleep as we watched it.
Yeah, so I wanted to rewatch it. Ivan hasn't seen it, so I was gonna watch it with him. And literally that whole night, I was doing some drinking, so I was already like tired. I splashed cold water on my face, and was just like, yeah, I'm good. I can watch the wall, right? And so
Yeah.
and so, I'm sorry I'm telling you this now. Um, so like I was just like, all right, I'll sit in my comfortable chair. Right as I sit down, I'm just like. Oh god. You fell asleep too?
Yeah, I fell asleep in like the middle, dude.
I couldn't believe that. Like,
Yeah, I fell asleep in the fucking middle of it, dude. I'm telling you.
Wait, in that case I think I fell asleep literally like the same time as you.
Yeah, well, the thing is that I took my laptop and I set it on my coffee table, and I laid down, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna chill out and watch the wall, and then I fucking started to fall asleep.
That's how it happens, man. You think like, what's it called? You're gonna be like, okay, well let me just lay in my bed and do my homework while I'm laying down, right? And that's how and then you just fall asleep.
Yeah.
But
it's like, you want to be comfy, but then again, it's like, falling asleep.
Yeah.
Again, I hate it's funny because like we complained that like, oh, that Doug Walker, like his actual review was like, oh, it's very imaginative, it's very creative, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I wrote down a lot of the lyrics from Nostalgia Critics the Wall. Like, so there's the part at the end where it's, what's it called? It's the guy, the Slipknot guy. By the way,
Corey Taylor.
Like Corey Taylor from Slipknot?
I just think that's
crazy that's a weird mix, right? Corey Taylor from Slipknot in a Nostalgia Critic video?
And I think we already mentioned.
We didn't mention this. Like I just didn't really point it out how it's so weird.
It's like strange.
Yeah.
And how he does the SpongeBob theme.
Yeah, like
for some reason the SpongeBob theme.
I'm guessing that his teenage son was a fan of the Nostalgia Critic. Waiting for the Worms is tweeting. What's it called? I just want to be angry so I can be tweeting about those who hate me, tweeting I need their attention. So he's comparing the wall to like posting shit on social media.
Like posting hate, posting like whatever.
Yeah, that's not a point. You didn't make a point there. People can do commentary on anything these days. And so, God forbid, somebody makes a movie that's supposed to be some kind of commentary. God forbid, like...
Oh my god, dude!
Dude, like...
Jesus Christ.
Like, they didn't have fucking Twitter back then, so literally people had to be creative about how they wanted to commentate about shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we still do that. We still fucking, like, do commentary on, like, movies and like, or like subtext and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's just called being an artist. Like, you literally are getting angry at Roger Waters for being an artist.
Basically.
Like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, I don't know. Let's see.
Well, then again, it's all a part of the fact that he doesn't understand.
Yeah, he absolutely does not understand. Comfortably Dumb.
Yeah.
That one's pretty bad. When I was a child, I remember being immersed here, like hearing Dark Side of the Moon. Now I've grown, this section starts to drag like a long nag. I just don't understand. Is this how I am? He literally is saying that Comfortably Numb is too long. Comfortably Numb, one of the best fucking Pink Floyd songs. One of the best. And he says that shit's fucking, like...
It drags for too long. It's too, like, fucking god.
What I see is like what I've seen a lot about his review is that he's trying to make the point that like the movie is boring, right? But like he's not even thinking about the actual album itself. You know what happened? What the hell happened? Oh shit! My camera died. This picture of Jeff the Spider will be my representation.
Yes. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god. This just got me thinking of that scene in
Which
Billy
one?
and Mandy where
This looks like a great place to lay my eggs.
that one.
Alright, so what was I saying? Okay, so I was saying that, like, Doug really, like, after watching it, it just really proved basically what this did was, after I watched it, it just really proved that point, that Doug has no understanding for the wall. Doug's an idiot. There we go.
Doug's a stinky, poopy-brained idiot.
Dinghole.
Who doesn't really understand the wall.
Or movies.
Yeah.
The real point here that we're trying to make is make sure that you do your research before you do a video.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
I guess that could be said for us too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically the end of the video. I just want to thank you guys for supporting my channel or subscribing or commenting or anything like that. I don't really get much views on my channel, and luckily something kind of blew up, so thank you. I do have more content on the way. Please subscribe to Cuckboy Ive. He is a big help with a lot of my videos. And come check out my streams. Link in the description for that. Yeah. Bye.